a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Yeah, hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge. Here to review some Arsenal action. And yes, as we said, at Old Trafford, Arsenal draws 1-1, 1-1, concede a goal, score a goal. Well, not gonna lie, boys and girls, I thought Arsenal, under the circumstances, did pretty well. Started Saka in our starting 11, right alongside Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Nicolas Pepe. And yes, early on, it just felt both teams were super sluggish. Arsenal had maybe one or two really clear opportunities in that first half, and United looked like they were fouling more than they were playing football in that first half. And the indication of that was 3 yellow cards in the first half for Manchester United. Okay? Should have really been 4. I mean, Jesse Lingard should have absolutely got a fucking yellow card early on. But hey, shit happens. And really, despite the accumulation of all these yellow cards on the Manchester United side, Arsenal was playing really well. I thought Arsenal played fairly well up to that point. But what happens when Arsenal starts pressuring inside, Manchester United's defense, there's that one lone ranger to stop the fucking goals from going in, and that's David De Gea. And I swear to God, if this was any other goalkeeper, I think Arsenal gets at least 2-3 goals in there. But David De Gea, with some of the best saves, able to keep United level at 0-0 in that first half. And from the break, this is where shit goes completely awry. There's a break, United breaks forward, and it's almost always led by Daniel James whenever that happens. Daniel James, what an acquisition. This kid's going to be future talent, and he starts it off essentially. And what ends up happening is, yes, Arsenal somehow makeshifts their way into protecting the box, but in the 45th minute, right before injury time in the first half, McTominay is able to get the ball, to his foot, which is, it was probably placed by, I want to say, Pogba or somebody on the left-hand side there. I keep forgetting. But McTominay able to shoot the ball from outside the box and just pass it over everybody. And the thing, too, is Socrates, David Luiz, and Granit Xhaka. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do. Socrates really should have had something on McTominay. David Luiz, maybe throw a body on there, especially with the distance between you and McTominay and the fucking ball. And Granit Xhaka, literally inside the box and ducking the fucking ball. And this is the whole thing. As much as I berate Lino, he had a pretty phenomenal game today. And this goal, I don't really blame the cat. I don't. I'm looking at those 3 fucking suspects of David Luiz, Granit Xhaka, and Socrates. Each and every fucking time there's some bullshit free kick or a corner or a goddamn goal, it's those 3 motherfuckers. And Xhaka's captain. And here's the thing, boys and girls. Listen, Arsenal fans. Granit Xhaka is captain of Arsenal Football Club. I'm going to be that person that says this right now. I've said this multiple times. I don't necessarily agree with it, but the players and the managers have all agreed that this man is the captain. To me, that speaks volumes of what they think and what they see in him. And so at this point, we have to trust our team. We have to trust our guys. But, oh boy, there are times where you just watch Xhaka and you think, why do you do the things that you do? Why do you do the things that you do? And with going down 1-0 in that first half, it just looked as though Arsenal was going to have one of those typical matches of, we're going to concede early, but we might claw our way back some way, somehow. And yes, the 3 yellow cards for Manchester United also meant 1 yellow card for Arsenal in the form of Callum Chambers, who honestly had a pretty difficult time trying to close it out on Daniel James, but did pretty well. I think Callum Chambers is knocking that spot for a starting 11 position, especially because the fact Socrates and David Luiz isn't going to fucking do this. I really don't agree with consistently starting these two guys as center backs. I think eventually Holding and Chambers is going to be a center back position, a center back pairing that I would favor once you get back Beller and Tierney. And you're going to have guys like Ainsley Maitland-Niles playing off the bench, and Socrates can potentially play off the bench. But that first half was just pinnacle Arsenal frustration, lackluster defense, lackluster awareness on the break, on just where the fucking ball is. But the second half, kind of a different pace, kind of a different story. Arsenal started to ask the questions early. They put in a sub, Ceballos for Torreira, and to be honest, Torreira had a couple of chances, one or two really solid ones, but just couldn't capitalize. And again, David De Gea, the wall, doing his business. But honestly, Ceballos, I felt didn't really do as much, despite being inserted into that lineup. But obviously, the man, the myth, the legend, who just makes things happen for Arsenal. I swear to God, if it's not for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, this club is in the relegation zone almost every fucking season. I don't really know what else to say. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, since coming to Arsenal in February 2018, has scored an unreal amount of goals. I think they said 39 since he's come here. And Mohamed Salah is really the only one that's on that tally mark. And Aubameyang getting a goal in the 59th minute to net 7 goals in 7 matches. And the way this goal went too was actually pretty impressive, because it was Saka who is able to balance the ball behind this United defense and passes a beautiful through ball right to Aubameyang. The funny thing is the fourth line official actually had the flag offside, but Kevin Friend doesn't blow the whistle. And Aubameyang is able to just net the ball in right past David De Gea while all the United players are screaming offsides. VAR gets checked, and it's a good goal. 59th minute, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with the 7th goal in 7 matches. And wow. I mean, just wow. It's crazy because a lot of people will argue offsides, but if you just clearly watch that tape, it's miles onside. All right, Aubameyang is way within inches of a defender, and he is able to capitalize off the opportunity, no problem. And it's 1-1. It's 1-1 for Arsenal. And at this point, it's just a constant question of, all right, how bad is David Luiz and Socrates going to fuck this up? And moments in that match, the last 30 minutes, where really it could have gone either way, because defense on the Arsenal side just looked, I thought, piss poor. And really subbing out guys like Pepe, guys like Saka, you're basically putting in, Reece Nelson, yes, but he's not going to be, in my opinion, in my eyes, not ready for the big stage of battling at Old Trafford for a fucking win, which showed with this kind of weak kick attempt last few minutes of the match. And if you're putting in Joe Willock, granted, Joe Willock is a fantastic player when he's inserted into a lineup, and he showed today. He doesn't play without pressure, and he really should have been given the start here. But Arsenal kind of played this very wishy-washy finale. Really thought United could have had a couple of opportunities in there to get a late winner. And I mean a late winner within the last 4 minutes of regulation. And that's really when things started worrying me, because you had Callum Chambers and Sead Kolasinac just grabbing at their legs. To me, I mean, obviously, having your fullbacks injured and your first real pairing of fullbacks on the bench coming back from injuries, it's very concerning, because it's always a question of depth. It's always a question of, are our guys going to be fucking healthy? Because you had Kolasinac grabbing his calf, you had Chambers grabbing his hamstring, and it's a bit concerning. It is a bit concerning. And it was at that point I'm just thinking, oh my God, how are we going to just keep fucking this up? I mean, you got the football gods dynamic fucking up Arsenal on the injury front, and then you got David Luiz and Socrates who are just trying to fuck us on the football front. 90th minute, and I believe it was David Luiz who fouls McTominay an inch outside the box and gives them an opportunity for a free kick. And this is where I say Bernd Leno deserves a huge credit for everything he's done in this match today. Rashford takes the free kick. I thought it was going to curve into the left and be a goal, but swings straight to the right-hand side, and Leno is able to smack the ball away with this left hand on the free kick. No problem. And essentially that is, I felt, the last kind of opportunity of the match, even though, yes, Arsenal had the late kick in the free kick with Dani Ceballos taking the front on the left, actually the right-hand side of the penalty box in Manchester United's half, in their defense. Kind of a poor cross and nothing made of it, and it was 1-1 at the end. And really, this match spoke volumes of both teams, in my opinion. On one hand, I think Manchester United are getting slated more for what they should be than more than what they are. Meaning, they get slated for something they aren't. The reality of what Manchester United is it's a club, a bunch of young kids right now, and a relatively inexperienced manager. And over time, these guys will grow into contenders. This is what I truly do believe with Manchester United. Despite the fact that, yes, historically, Arsenal and Manchester United have a huge rivalry. But I always feel this too, because historically, if you always take a look, especially within that Wenger-Fergie era, when these two teams did well, English Premier League was solid. I mean, to be fair, English Premier League is still fucking amazing right now, but I just say that because it's Arsenal and United. It's a great fucking historic rivalry. But let me get back to that shit. United is gonna get better in the future. I do believe that. I do believe that they have all the right pieces so far. It's just left up to the supporters and fans to exercise a bit of patience. And this is what I said about Arsenal too. These two clubs are kind of in a similar situation where you have the weight of expectation based on history and culture, and you have the expectation of ignorant fans who, by all means, think they know better than the club, but reality is we don't know the complete details and inner workings of a football club in all of its horrifying details. But at a certain point, we just have to, cast aside our frustration and just say, I'm a supporter of this club. I know we're going to have tough times, right? Both United and Arsenal fans can say this. I know we're going to have some fucking tough times, but god damn it, we've had some amazing times. We've had some amazing runs. And if we want to get back to that, we got to exercise some patience. And to me, it's a fair result for both teams in this match. I would say, as an Arsenal fan, obviously, with the opportunities given in this match, I think Arsenal should have pulled away with it. I really think they got a bit sloppy towards the end and just couldn't capitalize on key opportunities. And, United maybe had a little bit less of a chance to win, but I kind of put that on the sloppiness of Arsenal, really, in terms of how I think they controlled the match. But this puts Arsenal firmly in fourth place, just a point or so above a couple of those stragglers in 11 points. We're at 12 points, and I don't know where the fuck Liverpool's at 20-something, and somehow they're still going to fucking blow it. But that's neither here nor there, boys and girls, because Arsenal gets a draw, and what can we say? A draw is better than a loss, but not necessarily a win. So we'll leave it there, boys and girls. Follow me at the Sky Lounge, and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now, fuck off.